Lekefak Entertainment presents. This is the reality of Biggie wa Mama.
Biggie Baba, I'm
here for Papa Gotianu. Asade yeso,
Longela myo mama no bay.
Asade yeso,
Longela myo mama no bay.
Biggie Baba
Bana singane mama.
I said a true story, a true story.
Singane mama.
What's up, everybody? You're welcome to another episode of my life's journey from rags to riches. It is your host over here again, once more, bringing you stories. And if you remember, I told you people that I was going to give you people stories. I'm going to tell you people stories of my experiences in Uganda or during the days leading up to my departure from Uganda. I'm going to tell you about what happened, my experience with the nightlife, my experience, in university and all these kind of things. And I told you guys that I was going to tell you those stories about that. But before I go into it, please like, comment, subscribe. Please try to share my videos, try to like my videos. It goes a long way in helping me. When you like, you comment, you subscribe, it helps. It goes a long way in helping me, and it even encourages me to create more content, because at least I see the efforts that I'm doing. I'm so happy. Last time when I uploaded the last episode, at least within the day I was able to get 21 views. I'm glad about that. Please continue sharing, continue liking, continue subscribing to my videos. I am telling you, you will not be disappointed by the content that you see. So today I'm going to talk to you people about my experience within the NRM movement. And how did I come in contact with NRM, with the National Resistance Movement? In KIU, the National Resistance Movement has a chapter in KIU. So, for the first time, I saw, and the first time that I came to notice the NRM was when they held a lecture. That was in 2018. There was an NRM lecture that was held at the university by the chapter there. Unfortunately, back then I was not really interested in that. I just saw the poster. When they did their lecture, there was a lecture. I think there was an NRM cadre that came to give a lecture, and I didn't attend. But it was until 2021 that I decided to take a real, interest in NRM. And the NRM Electoral Commission at that time was looking for people who will register for some positions. There were some positions available. There was chairman, there was vice chairman, there was secretary, there was minister of finance, there was chairman of the task force, vice chairman of the task force, and the district representatives. And so initially I wanted to run for district representative, but I just switched. I decided to go with the chairman of the task force. The aim when I wanted to go for the chairman of the task force for me was just to go for a position that I was not going to get a lot of challenges in. Because chairman, vice chairman, whether you like it or not, is going to be some tough challenges. And I knew that when it came to elections, I've always had a streak of losing when it came to leadership through votes. I've always had a streak of losing. So I wanted to spare myself the heartbreak, and I decided to go for vice chairperson of the task force. But in any case, when I was doing that, it's not like I was a card-carrying member at that time. I was not really a card-carrying member. I was just an outsider who decided to run for a position within the chapter. And once I started running for that position within the chapter, what happened was, I entered there maybe like Joe, that, I want to eat the NRM money. I was not really that serious. I just wanted another position on my CV. Yes, this man ran for this position and he held this position. That was it. So when everything happens, I'm told that that I ran unopposed and I've won. I'm now the chairperson of the task force. Now, some of you may ask, who is the chairperson of the task force within the chapter? Now, in the context of our chapter, the chairperson of the task force is the person who was in charge of mobilization. So when they say that there is a meeting, yes, the person who has to go and mobilize and advertise to people and ensure that people come, that's who is the chairperson of the task force. And I decided to run with vice chairman of the task force in the chapter, and that's how I was able to win. And then Mr. Tumuramye, the youth coordinator of the what's that sub-county? I've forgotten the name. I don't know if it is Kira or something. I think I'm going to specify later, but he was a youth coordinator of a sub-county. His name was Mr. Tumuramye Bosco. He was the one who ended up winning the election. That election was very contested. There were a lot of fights. Phones were being broken. I think I was a journalist, because at that time I was doubling as president of the Mass Communication Association when I was running for the NRM thing. I was doubling as the president of the Mass Communication Association, and I did a video for that particular election. I'm going to post it on the channel, and then you are going to see the video for the NRM election. I did a video for that. I covered it. There was a lot of fights. They had to bring the police because people were breaking phones. They were beating people that, oh, you have an interest in this, you have an interest in that. But finally, we were able to get, after a tough and contested election, Mr. Tumuramye Bosco got on top of it, and he won the election. And that was how he became chairman. And then when he became chairman, one thing, initially I was not about that seriousness. Yes, he would tell us to contribute for the induction. I'll pay the money for induction. Then, Colonel Ahebua came to induct us. His name is Colonel Ahebua. He's the political commissar of the UPDF. So, the deputy, not the political, the main is General Matiko, if I'm not mistaken. But the deputy political commissar of the UPDF, Colonel Ahebua, was the one who came to induct us. And we'll just do that. And during my time as the NRM, if there's one thing that marked me within my chapter, was the love of the chairman for the party. I saw somebody, when I saw Mr. Tumuramye Bosco, I saw somebody who loved the party. He loved the ideals of the party. Everything about NRM, he loved it. And every effort that he was putting, I could see the efforts that he was putting towards furthering the interests of the party, which in turn, affected me. I started also liking NRM, and I also started working towards the interests of the party. And that was what was happening. He wanted us to do the best. He wanted us to sensitize for NRM. He wanted us to advertise for NRM, publish the name of NRM everywhere so that people can start, love the party. He will organize things. He will organize things like cleanup campaigns. We did a cleanup campaign at the Kansanga market. We went to clean the Kansanga market. We wore yellow shirts. We went to Kansanga market and we cleaned, and we did the cleanup campaign. And once we do that like that, the man will pay, he will get us, he will galvanize us to give money. It was not something that it was just him alone or something. He will galvanize us to happily give money to NRM to further to carry out this exercise. Many people in the university initially were like, NRM is just about come and eat the money and everything. But as soon as they saw what Tumuramye Bosco did, we, the members of the party, will give money. It's not like we're getting paid. We'll willingly give money to carry out these functions in order to further the interests of the party. We did a cleanup campaign. The media was there. I think Star TV, should that be UBC or Star TV? I think it was UBC. I think that should be UBC. UBC came to cover the cleanup campaign that we did in 2021. Under Tumuramye Bosco, we had a lot of functions. We went to a lot of places. We went to Kazi for the patriotism training. I saw somebody who, by his conviction, was able to even convert opposition. Like there were students who were part of the opposition He was successfully able to convert many of them to join the NRM. The NRM was visible not just on campus but off campus. As a matter of fact, we were told that during that time, during our regime, thanks to the conviction of our chairman, of our chapter chairman, we were able to be the #1 university chapter in the whole country. When it came to the #1 NRM university chapter, we were the ones who became the #1 in the entire country. During the time of Muramye Bosco, I was able to enjoy my time at NRM, man. I enjoyed my time at NRM. I enjoyed what I was doing as chairperson of the task force. It was not just us waiting and then we organized one small symposium here, one small lecture there. No, he got us actively involved. He got us actively involved. When the president had his inauguration, when President Museveni had his inauguration, he told us that we should come out. We came out to come and greet his convoy that was passing through. We came to greet his convoy that was passing through. When this guy, like I said, the cleanup campaign, we had the cleanup campaign. And on top of what fascinated me about my chairman, Mr. Muramye Bosco, was the fact that not only was he driven to further the party's interest, but I saw someone who was committed to destroying tribalism within the chapter. I will say that within the chapter of the NRM, there was no tribalism. The man made sure that every region from the country was represented within the central cabinet. As a matter of fact, he did not even go, he went as far as including even foreigners within the cabinet. That's how he bumped me from vice chairman of the task force to the main chairperson of the task force within the chapter. He was able to bump me up because this was someone who was so committed to ensuring that there's nothing like tribal hatred, tribal differences or anything. Prior to him, there was the NRM is just the NRM chapter is just for the Westerners and everything. But he was able to build an inclusive environment where everybody could be, and that's how during his time, trust me, a lot of people registered in NRM. The yellow books were full. The yellow books were full. It was not like the yellow books were not full. The yellow books were very full during his time as NRM chairperson because he was able to register to bring cohesion, to bring inclusion, and ensure that, everything went well. I can tell you, I enjoyed NRM. I don't think that if I'm to ever be Ugandan, I'll choose any other party except NRM. I enjoyed my time as within the NRM in the KIU. Within the NRM KIU chapter, I enjoyed my time. I saw people who embraced me, who taught me what I needed to know. He was able to connect me to some people. I was able to get some political mentorship. I was able to go and listen and talk and learn at the feet of people. I was able to thank these people to learn at their feet, to learn about leadership, to learn about politics, to learn about strategy. I was able to learn at their feet thanks to the National Resistance Movement. And truly, the way the National Resistance Movement embraced me, I was so glad, that to me, I have nothing but positive things to say about NRM as far as I'm concerned. I learned everything that I wanted to learn via NRM. I really enjoyed my time at NRM, and I think, it was just it. We had a lot of fun activities during my time at NRM. We had a lot of fun activities. We did the cleanup campaigns, like I told you earlier. We did the lectures. We had NRM lectures, of course. We had induction. We never used to have induction, but for the first time, thanks to the chairman, we had induction. We had the NRM induction, and unfortunately, we were hoping that this golden age, because I would say that our chapter experienced a golden age, and it's not me being biased. The KIU, the NRM KIU chapter during the time of Honorable Muramye Bosco experienced the golden age. Like, we were known everywhere. They knew us everywhere. We were everywhere. We were everywhere. The NRM KIU chapter was everywhere. We always wanted to ensure we wore the yellow shirts. and nobody was beating us. You know, they used to say that, you know, if you wear yellow shirt here in Kampala, they will beat us. They were not beating us. They saw us there in Kansanga. We wore the yellow shirts. We came and cleaned the market, and nobody. As a matter of fact, many people were saying that NRM, oh yeah. Everybody was saying, oh yeah. Museveni, oh yeah. Everybody was saying, oh yeah. That's it. It was I would say it was kind of a golden age for us, you know, when we were within doing our chapter. The NRM KIU chapter experienced a golden age. It was a golden age for us. And unfortunately, you know, like they say, good things don't always last. And, you know, once the election was happening, there was a little fallout within the chapter. And the new chairman went his own way. Our own chairman also, he went his own way. Then the chapter just cooled down like that. That's it. And till today, after we handed over, our chapter just cooled down. There's nothing that can say that maybe we are doing or anything that I'm saying that, okay, NRM is felt like. I'm telling you, the way we were feeling, we were felt in school during those days, 2021, 22, NRM was felt everywhere. We were everywhere. NRM was felt everywhere. But like, it is what it is. There's nothing that we can say, we can do about it. But anyways, I enjoyed my time in NRM. Sometimes I sit down like this, I look at my yellow shirts, I look at the thing. I'm telling you that man's love for NRM, Honorable Ramye Bosco's love, made me, I spent my 50,000. I went and bought the NRM shirt. I went and bought the NRM cap. I went and bought the NRM badge. I went and bought NRM stuff. A foreigner, I went and bought NRM stuff. That I was shouting everywhere, Museveni, oh yeah. I saw someone who loved the party, and I'm telling you, I enjoyed. I would say Honorable Tumurami Bosco's time as NR party chair, as the chapter chairman, was the golden age of our chapter. It was the golden age. I'm not sure that we are going to see an age like that, but I really hope that the chapter, you know, the NRM chapter in KIU gets to experience such a time. But I would say it was a golden age. I enjoyed NRM. We enjoyed NRM. I'm telling you, whenever I think about NRM, I'm telling you that there's nobody that can make me hate NRM. There's nobody that can make me hate NRM. Whenever I think back about my experience at NRM, I always smile, because I know that I enjoyed very well as chairperson of the task force within the chapter. I'm very glad for that. I enjoyed my time within the National Resistance Movement, and I was able to procure myself some articles from the chapter, which I'm going to take back home with and wear and continue repping small. So that's how it is. I'm so glad. I'm so happy about everything. And I want to thank everybody for that. And I want to thank, I want to especially extend my gratitude to Honorable Tumurami Bosco for taking me in within the cabinet. He didn't have to, but he did. I want to thank Mr. Babu Emmanuel for his teachings, and to thank Colonel Ahebwa Nelson for his teachings too. I was able to understand a lot of things about Pan-Africanism, about the vision of Africa, and about leadership. And I also want to thank the NRM. I think the NRM has done a lot for me here in Uganda. A lot for me. I'm telling you, people cannot, the points that some of you cannot understand is that the way I was embraced by the NRM, even in my own country, I was never embraced like that. The way the NRM embraced me, I was never embraced like that, even within my own country. That's why when they tell me, I am straight NRM. That's it. Simpaka last. That's where it is. That's where my allegiance lies. But anyways, I enjoyed my time at the NRM, and that's what I will have to say. So once more, thank you for coming once more to my YouTube channel. I am your host. It was another episode of my life's journey from grace to grace. We'll see you again next time for another anecdote, another story. We are just continuing like that. We'll tell you stories after stories until when I'll be leaving. So that's how it is. So that's all what I can say. Thank you very much for coming to this episode. See you next time. God bless you.